Hello and welcome to NPS Now, your source for news and information about Norfolk Public Schools. I'm your host, Karen Tanner, and I have two special guests with me here today, Dr. Doretha White, the principal of Berkley Campostella Early Childhood Center, and Mr. Antoine McKee, the instructional interventionist there at the school. Welcome to NPS Now.
Thank you for having us, Karen.
I'm happy to have you here. We just celebrated a couple weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
What an awesome day it was for your school. So, tell us, over 400 students received free iPads. Tell us the official name of that celebration.
Well, we were able to finally have our student rollout with our DAYMAC Apple Connect Ed grant, and we were able to provide a one-to-one student iPad ratio for all of our boys and girls at Berkley Campostella.
Now, what does DAYMAC stand for?
DAYMAC stands for Developing Amazing Young Minds Through Apple Connect Ed. We had the opportunity to apply for the White House Connect Ed initiative to receive the Apple grant.
Now, you were there, Mr. McKee. What was that day like?
It was exciting to see that grant come in, and we were wondering, where do we get this grant from? And all of a sudden, Dr. White said, can you believe it? We have a letter from Tim Cook. So once she saw that, we got excited and started right on it.
Well, the day was exciting. You had a band and other
Yes.
activities. Walk us through that day.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Lake Taylor High School, Dr. Reba Jacobs Miller. Thank you so much for allowing the band. We had the Lake Taylor drum line, we had the Lake Taylor Junior ROTC, we had the Lake Taylor Chorus, and they really set the day off for us. We were able to have a gauntlet provided by the local Apple store. We had 80 employees to come out and have a gauntlet so we can have a parade of students to the big assembly. And the drum line from Lake Taylor led that assembly for us. It was so much fun. It was all about celebrating our boys and girls, just letting them know how much we care about their education and what this grant was going to provide for them.
And they had a cute parade marching
Yes.
into the room to the
Yes.
band, and also you had some special guests there too.
We were so excited. We actually had Congressman Bobby Scott to come and celebrate with us. He represented the United States Congress. We had our Virginia State Senator Don Hester. We had Paul Riddick, Councilman Paul Riddick. We had Vice Mayor Angela Williams, and we had our wonderful school board chair Rodney Jordan, and our fabulous superintendent Dr. Melinda Boone, and many other guests were with us, especially Apple and Connect Ed guests as well.
So let's talk about Apple and AT&T. What's their involvement with this grant?
Well, with the grant, Apple pledged $100 million to President Barack Obama's White House Connect Ed initiative, and AT&T provided a grant to support the data cellular connection for the iPads. So with the grant, Apple are giving, well, we have received for our teachers, every teacher received a MacBook Air, an iPad, a projector, Apple TV, cards, speakers, everything to deliver effective, exciting lessons, and every student has an iPad. In addition, we have our school with brand new fiber optic wiring, hotspots in every classroom to increase the speed with our iPads. We have professional development for 3 years. We have technical support for 3 years. And Apple not only gave us the hardware, but they're holding our hands through this whole process.
And that is awesome. So how does that equate for teachers? What do they think about having their iPads in the classroom?
Just like anything that's new, teachers were like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? However, Apple is holding our hands with 3 years of PD. So that allows us to do training ongoing, 3 years, not just throw something out to us and we'll be alone. However, they're going to take us, guide us through this whole process. And they've been doing a great job with it.
Right, and so the teachers, they received theirs this summer. So how did that work out with them?
Oh, that rollout was awesome. Imagine coming in and getting new gifts. It's just like Christmas in the beginning of the year, so it was an awesome celebration.
So what are some of the things the teachers are going to be doing with the students with the iPads?
As you know, the iPad is nothing but a tool. Just like a hammer that's given to you, you can't do anything with that hammer unless you build. So they're using those iPads to build lessons, not just to do apps, but to build lessons. So it's really exciting to see what you can do with any tool.
What are some of the things they're going to be doing instruction-wise?
Well, One thing about the grant, Apple wanted to know what were we doing at Berkley Campostella that was so exciting. So we talked about the various initiatives that we have in place, how we align exciting learning opportunities to the Virginia Foundation blocks. And one thing I did speak about was our ITR program, our RIT, Response to Intervention program, and how we had 5 iPads in every classroom to make sure that we were focusing on every level of learning. And Apple truly embraced that program. We also have enrichment activities, and one enrichment is our Spanish enrichment, where we introduce our students to dual language. We just do very surface level Spanish, but we're able now with the iPads to partner with a school in Yuma, Arizona, who are going to be Spanish pen pals for our students. And not only will we be able to write to these students, but our students will actually be able to FaceTime and talk with these students at least once a day.
Wow, and they also get to take these home, right?
Yes, there is a homework component. We're waiting to get our cellular service imported into our iPads. This is a service provided by AT&T, and they will provide free wireless coverage for every home of our students to make sure that our students are able to do the homework application.
And I'm sure the parents are excited about this opportunity.
Yes, our parents are very excited. We had an Apple ID Day for our parents, and our parents were able to come out, sign up for Apple IDs. So once we send the iPads home, our parents would be able to go to iTunes U, the IU bookstores, and just engage in a variety of teaching and learning opportunities, even at home.
This question is for the both of you. What do you hope your pre-K children will experience with these new iPads?
Basically, the iPads allow them to bring the world to them. They get a chance to experience things that they'll probably never have an opportunity to do. I always talked about travel in my classroom. However, they get to travel to these places digitally. They get a chance to visit, talk, share with folks from all around the world. So it's just making the world a smaller place instead of a broader place.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, we're very excited because, you know, there are various STEM opportunities, jobs that are out in our society that are unfilled. And what we want to do is to gear our children towards STEM opportunities, advanced learning opportunities beyond high school. So we believe that college begins in pre-K, and we're going to make sure that we give them the tools necessary to have this opportunity once they leave high school.
And this was an awesome opportunity,
Yes.
and a great day for your school.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for coming on and sharing with us and the public just how great that day was.
Thank you, and come
the
back
great
over.
I am definitely going to come back over. The little girl took a little shot of me with her, so I need to
Yes.
find it on her iPad.
Yes, you do.
Great for coming on the
Thank
show.
you.
Thank you.
We want you to stay tuned for more NPS Now.
Welcome back to NPS Now. I'm Steve Sutmiller, Senior Coordinator of Athletics. Today we have Janet Kennan from Azalea Gardens Middle School and Jeff Hankerson from Ruffner Middle School, both athletic directors at the middle school level. Welcome.
Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we got you here to talk about middle school sports, and we're going to get right into that. So we've had some time off from our last season, and we're able to transition into Winter 2 sports. So what do we have to offer, Jeff, with Winter 2 for the students?
Okay, Winter 2 is going to have boys and girls basketball and forensics. Also, we'll have our cheerleading competition as well during the Winter 2 season.
Okay. All right, so the start date for that will be February 8th for tryouts.
Right.
And in order to participate, what's a student athlete need to have to try out for a team?
Student must have a 2.0 GPA. That's why they considered student athletes, students in front of them. You take academics very seriously in middle school, and we always, making sure they get all the things they need to do in order to be successful as a student athlete. And they also do the concussion, the parent also as well. But we try to get both of them to do it together so they can understand more about the process and the procedures as far as if the child get a concussion, what to do, what they look for, and the things like that. We got a very good program with Norfolk Public Schools with the Centera, the program with the athletic
With the
trainers.
athletic
They come
trainers.
out. They did a very good job this year as far as with several students that got concussions. They were able to test out, and they did very good, you know, as far as like making sure that everything was accounted for as
All right.
far as their process.
Anything else that they need for eligibility?
Physical.
All right.
Also, we need physical on file.
Okay. So
Current physical.
Just to review that, because it's critical, the eligibility piece, it's everything that they did this previous semester that they're going through right now.
First
And they need to pass at least 3 of the 5 block classes.
Exactly.
And they have to have an overall GPA of 2.0 or the current past
Exactly.
semester of a 2.0. Now, if an 8th grader kind of slips a little bit in academics and he has that 3 classes, but he goes below 2.0, can he participate?
Yes, they get one waiver, you know. That
Okay.
means if they want to use it for football or way to use for basketball or whatever, they only get allowed one waiver.
All right.
In that process, we also try to keep up with them and making sure they stand on task to get, you know, be successful to get that GPA up. So.
Okay, so we understand eligibility, and then the concussion education is the critical part for that the parent and the student needs to review that annually. So there's 2 ways they can do that. They can go online and review that at your parent and child, print out the letter, bring it
Right.
into you, or you can have an in-service
At school.
with the school athletic trainer assigned to you for the parent. So
Right.
that's critical. And then obviously the physical that has to be dated after May 1st of 2015
Right.
in
To
order
current,
to
right.
participate. All right, so we get all those checked off, and now they'll have tryouts, and then our season can get underway.
Right.
Let's kind of go backwards a little bit and talk about the fall sports and winter one. Kind of review that because we didn't get a chance to really celebrate
Right.
the champions. So, Janet, we'll start with you. Give us a few of the fall champions and what schools
Football.
perform well.
Football this year, Lake Taylor Middle School, they won the championship for
Okay.
football. Also for debate, we had Debate Lakewood, which is a new school coming in this year. They're doing very good. They won for the boys tennis, and also softball. Northside won the championship for that. Yeah.
All right, so a number of, our fall is a busy time. It kicks off the year,
Right.
and we have a number of
Right.
opportunities for them. So we completed those fall championships, and then we moved into winter one, Jeff. So what kind of, who won, what sports did we have, and who won them?
All right, winter one was wrestling and debate, and and boys and girls soccer. Wrestling was won by Northside Middle. They
Okay.
were the regular season champions and the tournament champion. Debate was won by ADL, the New School Academy of Lakewood, and girls soccer was won by Blair, and boys soccer was also won by Blair.
Yeah, they had
they
a
also
good-
won. They clean sweep in
Yeah.
soccer.
Okay, so, and now we're moving into winter two, and we'll be able to crown some other champions. So let's talk about just, the importance of middle school sports, athletics at the middle school. How has this helped, one, the middle schools itself, and then two, how are these programs helping our high school programs?
Oh, it's doing a great job with the high school because the high school need the middle school. Because in middle school, they're getting the fundamental development, they're learning the game, understanding the game, as far as with the intelligence of it, how to, incorporate it. Going into high school, transitioning would be a great process, especially if we can get the coaches in high school to work with the coaches and the players in middle school to just when they transition to be much smoother. I think they'll know what they're getting and what they need to work on as far as the weaknesses and the strength to help it.
Jeff, you got anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think one of the key things as far as helping out the high schools is exposure. Like for sports such as wrestling, most kids have never heard of it. What they see on TV, they think that's real wrestling. But when you get to middle school, it's something new, and they'll get to learn about what the real wrestling is, and then they'll, if they love it, they follow on to high school. But they get that exposure in middle school. As if we didn't have a middle school program, by the time they got to high school, they never would have even thought. I'm just using wrestling as an example. That's one of the
that's a
common ones.
good question for my next question. Looking in the future, we have a pretty solid program, what we're offering right now, but what else could we maybe look at offering that would benefit the high school athletic programs.
Let me go back a little bit because you guys was, I guess, the founders of middle school football, and I see what that has done already.
It's produced a state champion.
Yes, exactly. And
Yeah.
Lake Taylor, you know, so that's doing great, you know, things as far as like starting them off at this age, you know. So first of all, I think that's a pretty good program. But we have other sports that you talk about as far as bringing in. We got golf, they got swimming, and what's the other one?
Cross country is one.
Cross
we don't have.
country, right?
And
Cross
again,
country.
I think with the exposure piece,
Yeah.
kids
I like,
aren't, well, not all kids, but a lot of kids aren't used to competing in certain sports, and they aren't even aware of certain sports. That's maybe not servicing their neighborhood, but they get the exposure in middle school, then they can carry over to high school. And I think with swimming or golf or even cross country, if we can get those, you know, the middle school level, it could help propel those. You know,
yeah,
students
especially
in
for
high school.
scholarships
Yeah.
too. You know, as far as scholarships, you got many scholarships in those, golf and swimming and cross country. You know, as far because you're such a big variety with football and basketball and things like that. So I think being exposed, like
Well,
Jeff said.
those are some things that maybe we need to start promoting and
Right.
and discussing with our school principals and letting some other people lead the charge to try
Right.
to add some of these opportunities
Right.
to, you know, again, better our high school programs. So
Because football has really helped our program as middle school. We struggle, you know, a lot with finances and things like that.
Okay.
So even in fundraisers and things like that, parents becoming more involved, and teachers also, and just the members of the school system, you know,
All right.
getting involved because it's important, you know.
So that's a good question. So what does an athletic program bring to your school?
And I was going to say, even if we're not even talking about trying to get the kids ready for high school, just getting the kid involved in sports or any kind of extracurricular activity is very beneficial for the kid, the student. It builds student-teacher relationship. It builds confidence. Kids get together. They get, you know, they get more more lined up with like-minded students that have the same goals and things
Sure.
like that,
Okay.
because they're in the same sport. And you know, it just makes the school year much more fun. I notice for the kids will say, you know, they'll complain about going to practice, and then when the season's over, they'll complain about being bored because there's nothing to do.
Right.
So it's like they enjoy it. It gives them something to look forward to while they're in school, and we get to see some kids doing it in a positive light. doing
Well,
things in
I
school.
mean, we provide some opportunities, so you know, we hope we can keep them busy. And you're right, it does bring, you know, a good spirit and hopefully a good attitude to the school day and for the school day. So you know, we got to keep pushing athletics and you know,
Because
all the
speaking on a
positive.
personal note, me personally, I started sports in middle school. That got me started. I got a full scholarship. It taught me discipline, leadership, teamwork, loyalty. You know, all of these things are very important. And as far as like, that's a guidance and a focus for these young kids. You got something you can focus on, and they know, because we got a strict thing there. You're a student first, not an athlete.
Correct.
That don't come first. Student athlete, and that's why we make sure that you must maintain that 2.0. Because if we didn't, then we'd be setting them up for failure. Because going on to college and things like that, making them successful. So they need this. Middle school is the place. I'm a prime example of it. I got a full scholarship.
Well, I
on
mean,
that.
again, this is why, you know, having good people
Right.
leading our programs and being able to
Right.
demonstrate that's critical, and you do a nice
Exactly.
job at that. A lot of good information. We want to thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for
And
having me.
we'll see you.
And you're doing a great job,
Well,
Steve.
thank you, Janet.
We
I
appreciate
appreciate
you.
it, man.
The 9 years I've been an athlete, you've taught us so much. We've learned a lot. So thank you on that.
All right, and I got that tip at the end of this for
Okay,
you. So.
that'd be great.
More NPS Now after this.
You're doing a great job.
Welcome back to NPS Now. With me here today is two more special guests. We're going to talk about National Crossing Guard Day that comes on February 10th. And with us is Norfolk Operations Officer Cecilia Stevenson and Laura Lee Webster, a crossing guard at Little Creek Elementary School. Welcome, ladies, to NPS Now.
Thank you very much.
Great, great. I'm glad to have you on the show. February 10th is coming soon. But first, I want to talk about a little bit about what the two of you do. So, Officer Stevenson, what is your role as an operations officer?
Well, as an operations officer, my main job would be to make sure that we get guards at every corner in the city of Norfolk that is deemed to have a school guard there, and to make sure they know all of the ins and outs of what a school guard job consists of.
Now, how many crossing guards do you think we have?
At this point, we are presently have 62, and we're looking to hire several very soon.
And so you are a crossing guard at Little Creek. Is that the only school that you are a crossing guard?
No, I crossed for St. Pius also,
Okay. How long have you been a crossing guard?
since 1978.
1978. Oh my, I'm scared to ask, how many schools have you been a crossing guard at?
Probably 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Wow, that's a long time. What made you become a crossing guard?
I don't know, it was years ago. I needed to work, and it was convenient for me with the kids going to school, and I'd be home with them.
What's a typical day like for a crossing guard?
Well, you get up very early in the morning, you have to be on time, and I'm always on time. I get there too early.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
So
I like to make sure I'm there.
what time do you normally get up to go?
5:30.
Oh, that is.
I
early.
leave sometimes 6:30 or 20 to 7.
Right.
And
So
I turn the lights on and sit for 20 minutes and then get out and cross the kids at St. Pius. When I leave at St. Pius, I go right to Little Creek, get out of the car, the kids start coming 5-10 minutes after I get there.
what do you love the most about your job as a crossing guard?
Well, the first ones I see in the morning are little kids, and I love the little kids and parents too. And and sometimes they come running. If I'm missing, they wonder where I'm at. They don't like new guards here.
Really? So it kind of makes me think about the importance of crossing guards. And why do you think it's important to recognize our crossing guards?
These crossing guards really do a lot for the city. They only not just cross the kids on special events. They also do special events where they can help the officers at locations like St. Patrick's Day parades and stuff. The Grand Illumination, the run that they have after the Grand Illumination parade. So these crossing guards are really essential for the city of Norfolk to have, just not only as a guard, but also to help, with special events. But the kids really love them, and the school appreciates them, and I definitely appreciate them, especially one like Ms. Webster here. She's really exceptional.
And they miss you, so they want to make sure that you're there. So that's a good
I
thing.
do not like to miss, I won't miss school because I worry about who's there.
Great. There's such
Crossing the
dedication.
kids.
Such
It is.
dedication. So how will you recognize the crossing guards on this particular day?
Well, this is like the second time this has been really put out to us the way that it is now. So once we get it all together, we have not decided exactly what we'll do, but we will definitely do something to let them know that we appreciate them. We have done things like giving them a luncheon during the Christmas holidays, and just to let them know how much we do appreciate them. And Ms. Webster will definitely be recognized for this because she has done an exceptional job with us.
Right. So from what she's saying, it takes a dedicated person.
It does, especially you have to be there on time. You have to leave on time. You can't just leave because you're thinking that, well, all the kids are gone and they're not supposed to leave to maybe 8:15 and 5:08. There's no more kids showing up. Miss Webster's one will stay out there until about 8:20. So we appreciate her
Wow.
just being there to make sure that these kids are definitely crossed and someone is out there, to protect them.
Right. So how can someone become a crossing guard?
They have to apply with the City of Norfolk. You can do that on the City of Norfolk website. And then once their application is sent to us, we'll go over it with Human Resources, and then they'll send it to us. And once that is done, then we'll go ahead and do the, calling and set up interviews.
How would you encourage someone to become a crossing guard?
I don't know. I try to tell people there's work out there for, especially somebody that's like 50 years old or senior. That gets them moving. If somebody a little older gets them moving. You get a younger one in there, when it rains or snows or something, they don't want to come out. They don't want to get up and go.
What drives you to get up every morning to be out there?
I just wake up. I'm a happy person in the morning too. I just get up and get dressed and go.
So you have that dedication. Okay.
And in the afternoons also.
So you have all age ranges of folks that come out there that want to be
Yes.
crossing guards.
Yes, we do. Unfortunately, we do have a lot of younger folks, but when they do come and they see the importance of it, it seems like they get into a little bit more. They realize that this job is really important. It's not just a 2 hours a day job. It's something that I can be proud of because I'm not just helping myself, I'm helping these kids and making sure they're safe. So they take pride in it after a while. They realize that it's worth being out here, and we appreciate that.
Right. So how do you feel about being appreciated that day?
I know I'm appreciated at both schools I go to. The principal, the teachers, all, and the parents, they all. I've been at the schools for a while, the same two for a long time. They all know me. Even if a kid's late, their parent don't come and they're looking, I tell them all the time, don't worry, I don't leave you. Because they call, and I'll say, I have a phone, call your mom. And mother will forget them. I said, I won't leave them. I take them into the school first.
That's true dedication.
It is.
And those are the type of people that you're looking for to be
Definitely.
crossing guards.
Yes.
So again, what's the phone number for them to call if they're interested in becoming?
The
or
first thing
go
they have to
online?
do, they go online and they check the Norfolk City website. And once they do that, they put their applications in online, and then Human Resources will send them to us. We'll screen through them, and then we'll start the process of calling people and asking, and letting them know a little bit about the job to make sure this is something that they're interested in.
Well, we're excited about February 10th is National Crossing Guard Recognition Day, and I'm sure all across the country they'll be recognizing the crossing guards, and we say thank you for your hard work and all of your crossing guards' hard work for keeping our children safe every day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming on the show.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we want to thank you for watching NPS Now. It airs weekly on WNPS, Channel 47, or you can view us online at www.npsk12.com. If you have any great story ideas or information you'd like to share, email us at nps_news@npsk12.com. Again, we want to thank you for watching NPS Now.